this market she took us to?
She took us shopping.
Campo de Fiore.
Yes, this indoor market.
Fish, produce, you name it.
Gorgeous stuff, really.
Rabbits, goats.
It's so aromatic, so colorful, and the faces.
We got some great shots.
The authority with which she handled every onion, every red pepper.
She would hold an eggplant just so, and close her eyes and inhale, and...
This is someone who's been cooking for 75 years. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Her relationship to food is so primal, so sexy, really. I mean, it gave us a great angle for our piece.
Huh.
I don't know about sexy. She's 86 years old.
Yeah, but did you see the way she handled the zucchini?
Regular or decaf?
I better make a decaf. Let me do something.
No. Sit.
Traffic to her place was absolutely horrific.
Really?
Harrowing, truly.
What are you complaining about? I did the driving.
I know. She's great. She drives like a New York cabbie. No. She does. I mean, I couldn't drive. I was due culture shock. I was scared that I was gonna get us killed and our bodies would have to be sent home through the State Department, and you and Tom would become the boys' guardians and raise them on processed food.
Is that really what was going through your head?
Absolutely.
You're one morbid dude, my darling.
Yes, but I am all yours.
So, did you ever get to Rome?
What?
This is Rome, Beth.
Amelia lives outside of Rome.
Remember?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I thought this was Florence we were talking about.
Oh, no. We haven't even gotten to Florence yet, Beth.
Is this really boring?
No.
It is. We'll shut up.
Go on. I want to hear all about it. I do.
Why don't we just get to lunch?
Okay, so we get there in one piece, and I am drenched in sweat from this hellish journey. And I stumble out of the car, and I'm feeling a bit queasy.
And she's preparing this lunch.
This feast.
Wow.
The simplest, freshest.
Oh, the Pomodoro! Tell her about the Pomodoro.
Right, she had this lovely, sunny little pantry.
Filled with jars and jars
Jars of her own plum tomatoes plucked from her own garden that were the most incredible, succulent
You wouldn't
little...
believe how red these tomatoes were and sweet.
They were so soft, Beth.
Yeah, buttery, almost.
They were. Angie just crushed them with her bare hands.
Pulverized them in
You
her
should've seen
gnarled
it.
little hands. I mean, this little old lady. Oh, man.
It was funny, it really was.
It was a riot.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she is tiny. I mean, like 4'10" or something.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, she's got to be. Honey, come on. She's definitely under 5 feet.
No, she's not under
Come
5
on, think
feet.
about it. She was like up to here on me.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. I mean, don't you remember how she was trying to climb? Anyway, the Pomodoro.
The Pomodoro was amazing.
It's simple.
Amazingly simple. Sauteed garlic.
A lot of garlic.
A little onion finely diced.
That's right. Very little onion. That was really interesting.
Are you gonna let me tell this or what?
Sorry.
She crushes the garlic with her thumb, by the way. This arthritic, calcified thumb. It was hilarious.
Mashes it into the counter. Flings it into the olive oil.
Then the tomatoes.
5-6 pounds of them.
He breaks up whatever isn't crushed with the wooden spoon.
Right. Very deliberately while stirring. Flames are shooting and scalding sauce spurting everywhere.
No, she used a screen.
You sure?
I'm positive. Then she adds a fistful of parsley, a handful of sugar, handful of salt, lots of fresh ground pepper.
Dad!
Which she had been discreetly tucking away the whole time.
Daddy!
Yes?
Put on a movie! We want to watch a movie!
Danny, you can do it.
No, Dad, I can't do it. You do it.
Yes, you can. You do it all the time. All you have to do is press...
I can't do it. I want you to do it.
Will you just go do it?
He can do it. He knows how to do it.
Dad, we want to watch the Aristocats. It isn't working.
Okay, just make sure you're on channel 3. Channel 3!
Please, Gabe, I hate it when you shout back and forth like that. Just go up and talk to them.
All right. I'll be right up. Don't talk about Florence without me.
So, is everything Was dinner...
No, dinner was great. The lamb, the risotto, everything was fabulous.
I overcooked the risotto. It was a bit gummy.
No, not at all. It was perfect.
We've been running at the mouth all night. I'm sorry.
No, you're excited. I'm jealous. It sounds like a great trip.
No, it was. It was really good for us. We were so trepidatious about leaving the boys.
I'm sure.
10 days is a long time. We miss them
It is.
dearly. We talked about them all the time, of course.
Of course.
But they were fine. They totally wore my mother out, but they... Next time, you and Tom have got to come with us. We'd have a blast, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Just the four of us? You would love Italy. The art is...
I know, I can't believe I've never been there.
Yeah, leave the kids with Tom's sister or something. They'll survive. Believe me, with Danny and Isaac, they were like... We came home and they were like, oh, hello, you again? Too bad about Tommy.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna fly to Washington on a night like this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well, his loss. More food for us. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I think I just have a migraine coming on, that's all.
Oh, lay off the wine.
I am. I have been.
Do you want some Motrin?
Oh yeah, that'd be great, thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot. We got you something.
Oh, really? How nice.
Just a little something for the house. They're placemats.
Yes, they're beautiful.
They're from Siena. We spent a day there. Can you use them?
God, me? Yes.
Oh, you should see it. I wish I had some film. All four of the kids in a line like this. Four little Raphael cherubs watching the Aristocats for, probably the 97th time.
Beth?
Whoa. What is it? What happened?
Oh my god.
Whoa, did I miss something here?
Beth, what is it?
Oh, Karen. Tom's leaving me.
What?
He's leaving me.
What are you talking about?
He doesn't love me anymore. He's leaving. He left me. He's gone.
What happened?
He says he's in love with someone else.
God, you're kidding.
Who?
Gabe.
What? I want to know if it's someone we know.
What difference does it make?
It's okay. I don't know. Some stewardess.
A stewardess? Tom is in love with a stewardess?
God, that's so tacky.
He's been traveling so much. Nancy, her name is.
How long has this been going on?
I don't know, a few months.
A few months? Why did you find out?
Last week while you were away.
Jeez.
What happened?
He confessed. We had an argument about the dog. He hates the dog. If the dog chews on the rug, naturally it's my fault. So he told me he was miserable, that he's always been miserable. He's been miserable for so long he doesn't remember the last time he was happy.
Tom said that?
He said this wasn't the life he had in mind for himself, that if he were to stay married to me, it would kill him. He would die young.
Jesus.
Did you know about this? Did he tell you anything?
Oh, no. This is totally... I didn't have a clue.
We just all went out to eat together.
I know.
Right before we left, the Indian place in Brantford, we loved their chicken tikka masala.
I know, that's right.
You seemed fine. Both of you did. He didn't seem miserable at all.
I know.
You mean to tell me that we were sitting there having a wonderful time and he was not only miserable but in love with someone else?
I know, isn't that just...
Oh, sweetie. I'm so sorry. This can't be happening. How could he do this to you? I just can't believe it. Feel free. Jump in anytime.
What? Well, I'm listening.
So, are you getting some counseling or something?
He doesn't want to.
Oh, come on. 12 years, 2 kids. He doesn't want to?
Well, what does he want? A trial separation or something?
No. He wants a divorce.
A divorce?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's what he says. He said he's tried for years to work it out.
How? How did he try?
He's had it. He's spent. He can't give it anymore.
I just don't get it. I mean, this does not sound like Tom. It sounds like his body has been snatched and replaced with a pod.
I know, you should have seen him. The rage. I didn't recognize him. I haven't seen that kind of rage in him before. He hates me.
No.
I mean, he does. He says I've ruined his life.
This sounds like something else is going on.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's some kind of life crisis thing. God, I wish you guys had come with us to Italy.
I think he's really in trouble. I tried telling him that, but it only made him angrier.
Oh, this is classic. You've got to get him some help.
God, you know Tom. He's suspicious of every kind of therapy you can think of. I'm just worried he's headed for some kind of breakdown.
Do you think it's drugs?
Karen.
How else can you account for something like this? It's total personality transformation.
Karen, I've been racking my brain, playing back every little tiff, every long-distance conversation.
He's crazy about you, Beth. I know it. I've seen it. You can't fake something
No.
like that.
Karen, the things he says to me, this is not a man who's crazy about me. Believe me. He is in love with this person. He is. He says she's everything I'm not.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
He says she's completely devoted to him. She hangs on his every word. She's there for him.
God, such bullshit.
Really, the stuff pouring out of his mouth, it's like bad greeting cards. He says, I give him 75%. She gives him 120.
He said that 120%. He's into percentages? What's that extra 20% supposed to be?
Karen.
Oh. What, you didn't go for that extra 20%?
Apparently not like she does.
Look, we'll talk to him. Gabe will.
Sure.
No, Karen, he wants out. There's nothing to talk to him about. I told him. Whatever it would take, I would do anything.
Did you know he was so miserable?
No. He says I ignored all the signs. I didn't hear him. I mean, if only he'd talked to me. Really talked to me. He was moody, yes, distracted. I thought it was work or jet lag. I'd find him staring off into space and ask him what he was thinking, and he'd always just say, nothing.
What?
I don't know. He's definitely going through something. That much I know.
What?
I don't know if I want to go into it.
That's okay.
Inappropriate stuff, like, sexual stuff. We went to the movie, some stupid action thing he wanted to see, nothing sexy, and Tom, puts my hand in his crotch and I look at him like, what, are you crazy? And he's mortally offended.
Was this before or after the girlfriend?
Must have been after.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of sexual daring test, and I flunked it.
Yeah, that's right. One more nail in the old coffin.
You got it.
See that? One lousy hand job could have saved your marriage.
Gabe.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, is she the reason you flew to Washington?
Dad, fix it!
Oh, God, what about the kids? Have you told them?
Fix it!
We hear you! Stop shouting!
Fix it!
When are you going to?
I don't know. He goes out of town so much. I feel like there's no need to break to them right away, Maybe we're a bit more testy than usual, but other than that, things aren't that different.
Dad's doing that thing again!
You can fix it, Danny.
I don't know how!
Yes, you do. I showed you, remember?
Daddy showed you, Daniel!
Just press the minus and plus at the same time.
Gabe, must you?
I'll go up.
No, I will.
It's still doing it!
No, I'm coming! Stop shouting!
All those vacations on the vineyard. You guys met there. I mean, we had such great times there. You remember the summer you and Karen were both pregnant? I mean, how can he walk away? I just don't understand it. How could he just...
I should get the kids. We should probably get going.
Beth, I am so sorry.
You never thought Tom should have married me.
What?
It's okay, Gabe. Tom told me.
No, I never said that.
It's okay. I just wonder if you were right.
Why don't we have some dessert?
I don't know. It's late. I should really get home.
Oh, don't. They're riveted.
You're right. What am I running home to?
You want to do the honors?
Sure.
I'm sorry to lay this on you guys.
Oh, hey.
No.
This is the last thing you were expecting tonight, huh?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, that looks so good. What is it?
Limone, mandole, polenta.
Mandorle.
Almond.
Instead of white flour, you use polenta.
What good idea.
And 6 eggs.
It's very eggy.
Oh, and a ton of butter.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah? You don't think I could have beaten the eggs a little longer? Don't think it could have been a little fluffier?
No, I think it's good.
It's wonderful.
Too much vanilla?
Possibly.
It feels so much better now that I told you all night long. I thought I was going to burst. You're my closest friends, you know?
Of course we are.
Of course.
My closest friends in the world. This is so good. Sarge, be quiet. Sarge, be quiet. God damn it, Sarge, be quiet. Tom, Jesus.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Couldn't you at least knock?
I'm sorry.
You can't just come and go anymore as you please, Tom. It's not fair. If you're gonna go, go. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to change the locks.
Come on, you don't have to do that.
I am. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Look, I didn't come here to fight. Okay? I saw the light on. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi. Why aren't you in DC?
My flight was canceled. They closed the airport.
Why? This time's not that bad.
No, but it's getting worse. See? It's coming down pretty bad.
Oh shit, it is. Why didn't you get a room at the airport?
There were no rooms at the airport. You mean a motel?
Yeah.
There were no rooms. Everything was booked.
Everything?
There was not a room to be had, I swear. You should have seen what was going on down there. Everybody shouting and pushing. I just didn't have it in me to stay and sleep on the floor.
Why didn't you call your friend, the stewardess?
Travel agent.
Whatever.
I did.
And? Couldn't she help you, what with her many connections?
Not really, no. I was 45 minutes from home. All I could think about was coming home. Don't worry, I'm sleeping in the den.
Who's worried?
Well, look, I just wanted to say hi.
You're melting.
Huh?
Your boots. You're making a puddle.
Oh, sorry. I looked in on the kids. They looked pretty wrecked.
Oh yeah, they partied hardy. Sam fell asleep in the car. I made a successful transfer, though he didn't budge.
He's snoring his head off in there.
He's getting a cold.
Oh no.
His nose was running all night. I gave him some Tylenol before we left Karen and Gabe's.
Liquid or chewable?
Liquid.
Wow, and he let you? He usually puts up such a fight. Remember how he'd make himself gag?
Yeah, well, look, I'd really like to be alone right now if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Your bedding's in the dryer.
Oh, thanks.
I threw everything in the wash. I wasn't expecting you back.
I know. Thank you.
You might want to grab an extra blanket while you're at it. Seems like it's going to get pretty cold in there tonight.
Good idea. Thanks. What's this?
Oh, for us, from Karen and Gabe, God love them. They know that I'm a disaster in the kitchen, so they're always giving me things like trivets and cookbooks.
How's dinner?
Fabulous. You know, when is dinner there? Not fabulous.
What was it this time?
Oh, you know, these incredible recipes they picked up in Italy. Pumpkin risotto, grilled lamb.
That does sound good. You didn't happen to bring any home by any chance?
No, I did not.
Kids eat that too?
Of course not. What do you think? They would never eat anything that good. No, Gabe made them macaroni and cheese from scratch. That was almost as good as the risotto.
So how are they?
They're fine, you know, as always. They went on and on about Italy.
So, what did you tell them?
About what?
Why I wasn't there?
I said you had to go to DC.
And they accepted that?
Why shouldn't they accept that? You're always going somewhere.
Yeah, but they didn't suspect anything?
No.
What did they say?
What do you mean, what did they say? What did they say about what?
About my not being there.
They said they were sorry.
Sorry about what?
About you're not being there. Jesus, are you going to cross-examine me? Look, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep.
I just want to get an idea of what all you talked about, that's all.
I told you, Italy and stuff. They talked about this famous old Italian chef they're doing a piece on.
And?
I don't know, Tom. We talked about a lot of things. What did we ever talk about?
I don't know. What do we talk about?
Movies, kids, money, the news. I don't know. What we saw, what we read. Karen's mom has cataract. She's getting surgery.
That it?
I don't know. I don't remember every single goddamn thing.
You were there like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh, please.
Right? From like 5 to 10:30?
So?
That's a lot of hours to fill with talk. You mean to say that the whole evening went by without a single word about us?
You are so paranoid. Do you know that?
Oh, really? Am I?
Look, I am really not in the mood for this.
You told them.
What?
You did. You told them. I can tell just by looking at you. I knew I shouldn't have trusted
Do you
you.
want to wake the whole house?
We were going to tell them together. We were going to get a sitter and tell them together, face to face, remember? That's all I asked. Wait for me to get back, we'll tell them together.
If it was really so important to you, you should have just come home tonight instead of running off to be with your girlfriend.
Shit. Where were the kids?
I don't know.
You don't know? Were they sitting there?
No, of course not. They were upstairs, watching a movie.
What were they watching?
What?
What movie were they watching?
Chris, I don't know, Tom.
You don't know what movie your own children were watching?
Oh, for God's sakes. I don't know, some Disney thing. The Aristocats.
So the kids are upstairs watching the Aristocats, and you're... Where? Downstairs?
This is ridiculous.
No, I want to get the whole picture. The kids are upstairs, and you're in the living room?
At the table.
Middle of dinner?
Right before dessert.
What was it?
What?
The dessert.
Some kind of lemon almond cake made with polenta.
Was it great?
Yes.
So you're sitting there.
I don't believe this.
Tell me.
We were sitting there and I lost it. I just lost it.
Oh, Christ. You cried? I mean, you actually cried?
Yes. What do you expect? Of course I cried.
Shit.
You try carrying that around with you. I'm only human. I mean, I'm sitting there with her closest friends, eating their food, drinking their wine, making moves. Everything is just dandy, and I couldn't do it.
I can't believe you did this.
So what? So what if they know? So they know. They were bound to find out.
That's not the point. You've got the advantage now.
I do not. What?
Of course you do. You got to them first.
Tom.
They heard your side of the story first. Of course they're gonna pick your side. It's only natural.
Come on, nobody's taking sides.
Don't be naive. You know how this is. I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
What?
Gabe and Karen, they mean too much to me. I'm not gonna let you turn them against me.
Tommy, you're overreacting.
Don't tell me I'm overreacting. You've prejudiced my case.
I have not, Tommy. I was very even-handed.
How can you even say that? You're sitting there turning on the tears.
I wasn't turning on anything. Fuck you. I stated the facts. They were very sympathetic.
Of course they were sympathetic. You won them over.
I did not. Stop saying that.
You intended to tell them.
That is not true. I tried. I really did. I couldn't help it. Everything just spilled out.
Tell me, what was spilled? I want to hear what you spilled.
Look, this is sick. I'm exhausted. Aren't you exhausted, Tom?
I want to know what was said. Do you mind? I'm entitled to know.
You know all this. We've been through this a dozen times.
If you're going to be speaking for the both of us, I think the least you could do
I told them
is
what
tell
happened, okay?
everything.
Yes.
And what did they say?
They were shocked. They were sad.
They were?
What do you think? They're best friends. Of course they were shocked. They were terribly upset.
They were sad for you, though, right? Because I'm such a bastard.
They were sad for everybody. They were sad for the kids.
Did you tell them what you did to me? How you killed my self-confidence?
Oh, Christ, Tom.
Did you? Did you tell them how you refused to hear me? How I tried to get you to listen to me for years, but you refused?
Laura,
Did you tell them
please.
that? I cried out for help so many times.
How did you cry out, Tom? By fucking stewardesses?
God damn it, she's not a stewardess!
Were your cries detectable by human ears, Tom? Or could just the dogs in the neighborhood hear them?
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead. Cut me down. Castrate me all over again.
Please. You know, I hear you say this stuff, Tom, and I can't believe that someone I could have been married to for 12 years, that I could have had children with, would be capable of spouting such banal bullshit.
Even now you're doing it. Even now you refuse to hear me.
I hear you. Christ, tell me your girlfriend feeds you this crap, Tommy. I can't believe you came up with it on your own.
Oh, don't patronize me. I don't need Nancy to tell me how I'm
Don't talk to me
feeling.
about being patronized. You patronized me all along from the very beginning. Yes, admit it. You never took
I
me seriously
patronized
as an
you?
artist. Never.
Oh, for God's
You
sake.
didn't. You never really supported me.
I supported you. I supported you our entire marriage. How could you say that I didn't support you? You got a great deal. You wanted more time to yourself, huh? More help with the kids? I got you a nanny.
Me, a nanny.
You needed your own space? I built you one over the garage. God knows what the hell you do up there all day.
All I ever wanted from you was respect. You know that? For me. For my art.
Oh, your art.
Oh, what's the
Your
use?
art.
Get out of here.
You held this marriage hostage to your goddamn art.
Out.
Do you know what it's like? Having to support something that you don't believe in? Do you, Beth? It's exhausting.
I don't want to talk to you
The
anymore.
lying to you, lying to myself. What was I
Go
supposed to
away,
do? Tell
get
you that I thought
out.
your art sucked? Huh? Is that what I was supposed to say? That it was just an excuse to not get a fucking job like everybody else and really do something with your life?
How dare you?
I
How
couldn't do
dare
that.
you?
How could I? Everything depended on perpetuating this myth of talent. Oh, you want to fight? Huh? You want to hit me? Go ahead and hit me.
Prick.
Bitch!
Liar.
Dilettante!
You fuck.
Look at me! Look at what you've done to me!
Look at what you've done to me.
I could kill you. Right now, I could fucking kill you!
Try it. I dare you.
Beth and Tom.
I know.
All the couples we know.
No.
God, we introduced them.
God. You're right.
What do you think of the Shiraz?
Astringent.
I think so too. Can you imagine what that would be like? You spend your entire adult life with someone, and it turns out that person, that one person you completely entrusted your fate to, is an imposter?
Now, wait a minute. We don't know the whole story.
Well, what is there to know? He was duplicitous. He cheated on her.
Yeah, but it can't be as simple as that, Karen. It never is. You know that.
Snake.
Honey, we're talking about someone up until about, 2 hours ago you thought was the salt of the earth.
Yeah, I know. I was wrong. I can't believe I could have been so wrong about a person. Have I ever been so wrong about someone? God, what does that say about my judgment?
Karen, come on. He's still the same person you have known and loved for years.
No, he's not. He couldn't be. I'm beginning to think he never was that person.
Honey.
Maybe he never even existed at all.
Oh, come on.
Maybe he was a figment of our collective imagination. He's very seductive. Your friend, he had us convinced he was true blue. He really did. What a simpatico guy. Decent, loving, hardworking, a good father.
He is all of those things. So he had a transgression.
A
and
transgression?
He's still the same old Tom.
This is more than a transgression. How could I look him in the eye again? No, I can't after what he did to Beth and the kids.
So what do? Abandon him? He's my oldest friend.
I don't expect you to do anything. Do whatever you want. I'm saying I can't look at him anymore.
Maybe he's really in trouble. No, maybe he is. I mean, what kind of friends would we be if we went ahead and punished him? I have a feeling Beth is doing a pretty damn good job at punishing him herself.
She is the injured party.
So what does that mean? She's the injured party. We can only stay friends with her?
I'm telling you, I can't be friends with him anymore. You can be friends with whoever you like. As far as I'm concerned, anyone who conducts himself in that way is not to be trusted.
You are so strict.
I'm not strict. I resent that. That's one of those words that has a different...
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm principled. You can't fault me for being principled.
Doesn't forgiveness enter in for you? Or are you too principled for that?
Yes, some things are not forgivable. This is not forgivable. That's too easy. I'm sorry. Actions have consequences.
Remind me to never get on your bad side.
You do something like this, I'm telling you right now, you're out of here.
Really?
Yeah, you better believe it. None of that sleeping in the den shit.
No, but it's for the kids' sake. I mean, that's what she said. I can understand that.
Well, if he's gonna decimate his family, he doesn't deserve to sleep under the same roof. I'm sorry.
But it's for the kids.
Yes, that's a privilege. He lost that privilege.
Well, you really are tough.
Don't be facetious. There's gotta be a price for doing what he did. This neither nor situation just won't do. I don't know how she can tolerate that. If I were her, I'd just throw him the hell out.
So, if in a moment of weakness, I sleep with a checkout girl or something, and I'm foolish enough to confess to you, and I beg you for your forgiveness, you're gonna tell me, what? To go fuck myself?
Yeah, that's right.
You mean we couldn't even be friends?
Wait, are you kidding?
You mean we wouldn't even be civil with one another? Oh. At least now I know where we stand.
As if you had any doubt.
Thing is, you never know what couples are like when they're alone. You never do. You know that. There's no way of knowing. It's all very mysterious.
There goes the vineyard.
God. You're right. How are we going to work that?
We couldn't. What, we'd have Beth come with the kids for 2 weeks and she would go and then Tom would take over? It's ridiculous.
Oh, it sounds awful.
Mess.
It's like a death, isn't it?
Why were you so quiet tonight?
What? What do you mean?
When Beth was telling us, you were so silent.
I wasn't silent. I was shocked. I was stunned.
You let me do most of the talking.
Yeah, but that's not unusual. Hey, no, I mean it. I mean, you do. You do most of the talking.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do. You generally have more to say on any given subject than I do. That's why we work so well together. You talk, I write, you edit me.
You're evading.
No, I'm not. Evading what?
I think what Beth was telling us, I think it was very hard for you.
Well, yeah, of course it was hard. No one wants to hear about their closest friends going through something
No,
like this.
that's not what I mean. Don't get defensive. It's just, I think all this marital talk, it's too close to home. I think it made you very uncomfortable.
Made me uncomfortable?
Yes.
Well, like I said, it's not the most pleasant of topics.
Don't play dumb with me, Gabe.
What?
You're playing dumb.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you do that. You know, whenever I want you to talk to me about something like this, something
Great, what, do you want
important-
to start a fight with me or what?
No, Gabe.
What do you want me to say? That all of this scares the shit out of me?
Yes.
Well, it does. Okay?
does me too. You think you're safe on solid ground, and then the earth just cracks open.
Who the hell is that? Oh, shit. You're not gonna believe it.
What?
I think it's Tom.
You're kidding.
It's Tom.
He's supposed to be in Washington.
Well, he's not. He just drove into our driveway.
Oh, I don't want to see him. Tell him I'm going to bed.
Like, no. Karen, come on. You can't do that.
No, he's not here to see me anyway. He's here to see you. He's your friend.
That's not true. You love Tom.
No, I thought I did.
Karen, please. Karen, please don't leave me alone with him! Tom. Hi.
Hi. I know this is crazy. It's really
Yeah,
late and everything.
that's okay. Come in.
I just had to see you guys.
I know.
Here's another fine mess I've gotten myself into.
I'll say.
I thought Beth said you were in Washington.
Yeah, I never got there. The weather.
A hell of a night to be on the road.
Yeah, I was slipping and sliding. I wasn't just gonna drop in on you like this. I was gonna call on the way, but I forgot my phone. Sorry, Karen.
Don't apologize for me.
So, have you had dinner?
Actually, no, just a crappy sandwich at the airport.
Oh, well, let me fix you a plate.
Oh, no, you really don't have to do that.
No, it's no problem. Really.
It's so late.
Tom's right. It really is late.
No, don't worry about it. I think a light supper will be just fine.
Thanks. Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any of that lemon almond polenta cake left, would you?
As a matter of fact, we do.
Oh, great.
She told you about that?
Yeah, she said it was wonderful.
You talk about cake.
Yeah, why not? We talk.
Well, you two can bond. I'm going to bed.
Karen, wait. Look, I know this is awkward.
Not at all.
It's a lot to digest at once. I know. You're mad at me. I can tell.
No, I'm not.
This is just what I wanted to avoid. You've already made up your mind.
It's very late and I'm tired.
I wanted us to tell you together. I knew this would happen. And so did she. You know, this is really vindictive of her.
I don't feel like getting into this with you right now. You dropped in unannounced.
I said I was sorry about that. I forgot my phone.
Yeah, well, I'm going to bed.
I didn't want another night to go by without seeing you guys.
Good night.
Hey! Aren't you at least willing to hear me out? I came here. I mean, Karen. Don't you think that you owe it to me? Owe it to our friendship? You guys mean too much to me.
Okay, you made your point, Tom. You drove all the way here in a snowstorm to lobby for our support. It's very politique of you.
I'm not lobbying for anything. I just think that you've got to hear me out. You can't just go by what Beth says.
It's pretty unambiguous, isn't it, Tom?
No, it's not. I'm not the villain here. Okay, if you insist on seeing me as the villain, I could tell you some things about Beth.
Boy,
Things
there's
have
just
given you a
no
little
end to
more
how low
perspective
you'll
on all
stoop,
this.
is there?
Did Beth tell you how she wouldn't touch me anymore?
I don't want to hear it.
Huh? Did she tell you how she stopped
I don't
touching
want to
me?
hear it.
But hey, if you don't want to hear it, if you just want to be pissed at
Wally,
me...
a stewardess.
Fine. What? Is that what she told you?
Yeah, I mean, really, you couldn't do better than
Nancy's
that.
not a stewardess, okay? She is a travel
I
agent.
don't care what she is, Tom. The point is you fucked her.
What are you so mad about? God, she...
Any man who would do that to his wife, to his family.
Do you think I'd do something like break up my family lightly? Do you, Karen? Is that what you think of me?
I don't know what I think of you, Tom. I honestly don't. All I know is she better be worth it.
Look, maybe you better go to bed.
Maybe I should. Good night, boys.
If this is any indication of what it would be like if I ever...
Man, I knew she wasn't gonna take it easy. But...
Nah, give it some time. This is all very new for us, you know. I can throw that in the oven for you if you
Oh,
like.
no. It looks magnificent.
Wine?
Yes, please. Thanks. Look, I want you to know, I really appreciate this. I've been feeling so uprooted these days.
Well,
Sleeping in the
that's
den,
understandable.
living out of a suitcase. Mmm.
Good?
How'd you do it?
Oh, very simple. You marinate it overnight.
Yeah.
Lemon juice, olive oil, rosemary, then you just throw it, grill it, sear it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Thanks. Beth thinks you're having a breakdown.
Of course Beth thinks I'm having a breakdown. If you were Beth, wouldn't you prefer to think that? I haven't gone crazy, Gabe. I've gone sane. I feel better now than I have in a long, long time.
If only you had confided in me.
Gabe.
No, really. If only you had told me what was going on in your head.
What, then you would have tried to reason with me?
Yes.
Maybe I didn't want to be reasonable. I've been reasonable my whole life.
I could have helped you avoid this mess.
See, you see it as a mess. I see it as the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
What is it, Tom? Is it just sex?
Just sex. No, it's not just sex. Well, of course that's part of it, you know? Ironically, lately, the sex has been great.
You mean you and Beth are still having sex? Wait, you and Beth are still having sex?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. It just seems to me, given the circumstances and the level of hatred and animosity, I don't know. I don't necessarily see how combat is conducive of good sex.
Oh, God, it's been so intense. If the sex had been this good when we still had a marriage, woo!
Man, I must really be out of it. I thought really good sex was a product of trust, love, and mutual respect.
You're kidding, right? Don't underestimate rage. Rage can be an amazing aphrodisiac. It's really polenta.
Yeah, there's no white flour. It's just polenta. So you and Beth are still making love, huh?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it making love. Beth really wouldn't touch me anymore.
What do you mean?
I mean, the way someone who loved you might casually throw a hand through your arm or onto your shoulder or something. I did an experiment. I decided I wasn't going to touch her and see how long it would take before she touched me. Now, I'm not talking about sex now. I'm talking about skin-to-skin contact. A simple goodnight kiss, holding hands. She wouldn't touch me, Gabe. At all. I gave it a week. I couldn't stand it. I broke down and cried.
Gee.
I don't know about you, but I'm at the point in my life where I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to go through life hoping that I'm going to get lucky with my own wife, you know? I mean, you go to bed and you think that you're going to have sex, and then you say something, some offhanded remark of totally no consequence whatsoever, and it pisses her off. And the mood is gone and it's lights out. That's it. I must have masturbated more than any married man in history.
I doubt that. Besides, Who said that marriage meant sex 24 hours on demand?
I'm not asking for 24 hours a day. All I'm asking for is a little affection.
Have there been other women?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Gabe, no. There were no other women. There were opportunities, though. I mean, when you're out of town as much as I am, you're lonely. You're far from home. It doesn't feel like you're living in real time. I'd be in a hotel bar, and I'd strike up a conversation with a female colleague or some divorcee with big hair, and I'd make them laugh, and they'd look pretty, and I'd feel competent again, you know? And think, gee, maybe I am still clever and attractive after all. There'd be that electricity in the air, that kind of buzz that I haven't felt since college. You remember when a single move, any move at all, and there'd be sex? But I'd get scared and say goodnight, and I'd go back to my room and call Beth out of guilt or hope. And I'd get some shit for something that I neglected to do or did badly. But by the time I met Nancy, you know, she made me feel good by the first time that I talked to her on the phone. I hadn't even laid eyes on her yet. She booked my travel.
Uh-huh.
She had this great laugh, this flirty sense of humor. You know, and she said, it's been weeks, but I want to meet you already. And I begin to think, why the hell not? What am I saving myself for? This hypercritical woman waiting for me back home who looks at me with withering disappointment? All the time, this accusatory, how could you be so thoughtless look. So on one hand, there's this delightful woman who makes me feel worthwhile. And on the other, there's this other woman, my wife, who makes me feel like shit. Who would you choose?
So what happens now, Tommy?
What do you mean, what happens now?
I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to go see someone?
Go to someone?
A counselor, a therapist, something.
What would be the point?
The point? Tom, we're talking about your family.
But the marriage is over. What have I been telling you? It's over.
How do you know it's over?
Because I know. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's over. And it has for a long time.
But that's how you feel right now, in the heat of the moment. But don't you want to be absolutely sure you are making the right decision?
I am making the right decision. Are you questioning my decision?
Well, I think what
Are you?
If I were you, Tommy, what I...
You're not me.
Okay. All I'm saying is, Tommy, if I were you, I would want to be absolutely sure there was no hope whatsoever. I mean, how can you walk away, Tom? How can you throw your hands up and walk away? I don't get it.
Christ,
12
Gabe.
years? Don't you think you owe that to your kids?
I stuck it out this long for my kids. It doesn't make sense anymore. It's not doing anybody any good.
Yeah, but what if this is a transcendent thing or a midlife crisis thing? Don't you want to be sure this is something that will pass before you do something irrevocable?
Look, this is not what I wanted from you, okay? If you were really my friend...
Of course I'm your friend, asshole. What do you mean if I was really your friend?
If you were really my friend, you'd just listen.
Just listen?
Yes.
Is that what you want? I'm not supposed to say a word?
I don't want your advice. I don't want to know what you think. I just want you to hear me. Is that asking too much?
Well, Jesus, Tom, you dropped this bomb on us. We're gonna have opinions.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear them. All right? My head is spinning with shoulds and shouldn'ts. I've been through all this stuff over and over. I know this is news to you, but I've been through all this. I've been living with it for a long time. I've made up my mind. I just need you to hear me out.
All right. Talk. Go ahead.
Never mind.
No, talk. I'm all ears. My lips are sealed.
I hope you never know the loneliness I've known. I hope you never do. Well,
Hey, Tommy.
Well-
No, don't go. Come on. I'll let you talk. I will. I'll keep my mouth shut.
thanks for dinner.
Tom.
I see.
Tom.
Gabe?
Yeah?
So, how was that?
Okay.
Come to bed and tell me.
Just a minute.
Honey?
Coming. Hi.
Hi. Where'd you go?
I went to Morning Glory. I thought we could use some flowers.
Oh, nice.
Tom here yet?
No sign of him.
Where's your friend Beth?
She's still not back from her walk.
Ah, yes. Communing with the skunk population. Teaching them Tai Chi. Did you get a load of the relaxation music that she's listening to? She listens to it constantly. It's all that shimmery, twinkly New Age shit.
So what? It helps her relax. It's not like she's subjecting you to it.
Yes, she is. I can hear the trembling through her headphones. I don't understand how she can listen to that stuff all the time. It would just send me running to the bathroom. What's she so tense about anyway?
Well, she is a little high-strung.
High-strung? Great. Oh, I know. Let's introduce her to Tom. Tom will bring her down to earth.
She's fun. Besides, I do think Tom could be good for her. He's essentially a good man waiting to happen. He just needs the right woman.
Oh, and Beth, is that right, woman?
I don't know, maybe. What's wrong with Beth?
Have you seen her sketchbook?
There's no harm in introducing them. What's the worst that could happen?
You think we have enough to drink?
I think we're gonna need every last drop. What are you doing?
Nothing.
No, Gabe, really, what are you doing?
What? Can I kiss my bride?
Go ahead, kiss your bride, but why is it that you always get amorous when people are about to arrive at any minute?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. What is that about?
Okay, forget it.
Oh, now you're sulking.
I'm not sulking.
Come on, honey, I'm mincing garlic and you're feeling amorous. Tell me, what am I supposed to do about that?
Could try by putting the knife down. There. Is that so hard? Uh-oh.
What?
You know what time it is?
What?
It's time for me to scare you.
No, please don't.
I do. It's time.
No, Gabe, please.
Sorry. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Please don't.
Sorry, sweetie. Could happen any second.
No.
Anytime.
Gabe, please.
That's the way it's gotta be. Sorry, kid. Boo! Gets you every time.
Okay.
What? Oh, Tom. Hi.
No, don't mind me. It was just getting good.
How long have you been standing there?
10, 15 minutes.
Shork.
Nice to see you too.
Welcome. How's the ferry?
Oh, good. Beautiful. Boy, that ride from Vineyard Haven gets longer every year.
No, you just get older every year.
We could have picked you up.
Nah, I wanted to ride my bike.
Beer? Wine?
Yes.
Which?
Beer.
How are things in the city?
Sticky. Thanks. So, you guys look pretty good. Looks like you're on vacation or something.
Yeah, funny how that works.
So where's this woman you're setting me up with?
It's not a setup. Did you tell me it was a setup? Don't call it a setup. That sounds so cheap, scheming. We just thought you two might like each other. That's all.
That's okay with me. I like cheap and scheming.
It's not like it's a blind date or anything. You've already met her.
Yeah, at our wedding.
Yeah, so you said. I don't remember.
You remember right at the end, the woman on the dance floor all by herself doing all that weird kabuki shit?
Gabe.
You're kidding. Her?
Now, wait a minute. That really isn't fair. It was a wedding. She had a little buzz on. She was feeling quite expansive.
So that's the woman in question. I didn't meet her, but I did observe her.
Yeah, I think Beth has been under observation.
You know, this is not funny. Beth is really... She's really a uniquely gifted person.
Uh-huh, that much seemed clear.
Stop it.
What? I'm only joking. Beth is great. You're gonna love her, and this is not a setup.
Is she here yet?
She drove up with us Thursday night.
She must have gone, like, down to the beach to paint or something.
She paints.
Yeah, and she's very good, too.
Well,
I like her stuff.
What does she do?
She does this, I don't know, what do you call it? This neo-psychotic, expressionistic
Gabe.
shit. Like, what?
Why are you doing this?
What does it matter what I think? Tom can decide for himself if she thinks he's any good.
Yeah.
You're being incredibly negative, and I wish you would cut it out.
He asked me what I thought. What difference does it make? Jesus.
Gee, it's really nice of you guys to be setting your friends up. I guess you just want us all to be as happy as you are. That's really sweet.
Screw you.
Hello?
Hi!
I'm
not late, am I?
No, not at all.
I totally lost track of time.
Where did you go?
Oh, it was glorious. The light on the ocean. I walked all the way down to the beach where you took me yesterday.
Lucy Vincent Beach?
Yes.
Wow, that's some walk.
I love this place.
I know.
I am in love.
This your first time on the vineyard?
I walked all along the beach, past those spectacular clay cliffs.
Uh-huh.
The light.
I know.
I'm telling you, these cliffs glow.
They do, don't they?
They're this brilliant terracotta,
Mm-hmm.
and these people, these beautiful men and women were just cavorting in the clay, and it was just...
Oh, yeah.
And the light on their bodies.
Were they naked?
Excuse me?
I was just wondering if they were naked.
Some of them.
I'm sorry, Beth. This is Tom.
Hi.
I remember you. I do remember him.
I knew you would.
Wait, I don't think we ever
At
met.
the wedding, I talked a lot to the woman you were with. She was a public defender.
Not anymore. I mean, she's still a public defender. I mean, I'm just not with her anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
Not necessarily.
She seemed great. As I recall, I talked to her a lot more than you did. Maybe if you had paid more attention to her, you might still be with her. And we wouldn't be
Moving
this big.
right along.
Would you like something to
I
drink?
would love something to drink.
Beer, wine, rum and tonic?
Oh, a rum and tonic. Yes, a rum and tonic sounds great.
So, is this your first trip up to the vineyard?
Yeah, it is. And now I know what makes people so fanatical about this place. The terrain.
Uh-huh.
This amazing mix of sand and cliffs and rolling hills. It's magical, like Scotland or something.
You've been to Scotland?
No.
Me neither. I've been coming here... Gabe, how long have I been coming here?
First time was the summer between freshman and sophomore year. So that is, 12 years?
Wow, you've known each other forever, right?
Uh-huh.
First day of freshman orientation.
Was it the first day?
The first hour. We met on the breakfast line. We were amusing each other about gross comments about the food.
That's right, I'd forgotten about that.
Even then, he cracked wise about food.
Only now I get paid for it.
All these years, that is really remarkable.
Or really neurotic, depending on how you look at it.
Hey!
No, it is. It's great. Tommy and I had this codependency thing going. I would get these paralyzing crushes, and he would hit on these women way before I could even bring myself to talk to them.
What? That's a lie.
I'm exaggerating only slightly.
That is a lie.
Tommy, Bubby, come on.
Alright, Kathy, what's her name? I'll admit.
Yeah, there was Kathy, but what about the other Kathy? Remember, there was Kathy with a K, then Kathy with a C.
Right, the two Kathys. I forgot about that.
Two Kathys, two broken hearts.
Poor thing.
What about Molly? Or what about Mindy Glazer?
Okay. See, Karen I could go for, but she wouldn't have me.
Oh.
He can't give you what I can give you, Karen. Believe me, I've seen him naked.
I have no complaints.
Touche.
Thank you.
So, I guess I'm supposed to say I've heard a lot about you.
Have you?
Enough. What do you do?
I'm just another jaded lawyer, hanging in there for want of anything better to do.
Uh-huh.
And you?
Beth's an artist.
Karen.
A damn good artist.
No.
Neat.
Neat?
You know. So, how do you know Karen?
Doubleday.
Oh, right.
In-house promo, she wrote the copy, I designed it.
What a team.
You still there?
No, I got out.
She left me. This is not the same without you.
You'll survive.
It's not.
I'm freelancing now. I'm at Warner.
Uh-huh.
Mass market paperbacks, direct mail to booksellers, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
You, as if you think what I do is interesting. It's not. If I'm still doing this 5 years from now, do me a favor, shoot me.
Okay. If you insist.
Beth is really a terrific artist.
I wish you would stop saying that.
And what kind of stuff do you do? Expressionistic? Neo-psychotic?
Excuse me?
I mean, what style? What do you call it? Realistic?
I hate labels.
Oh, okay.
Do you know art?
Not really.
Then why ask for labels? Why not just take it at face value?
Can I see it?
No!
Oh, okay.
Why should I let you see it?
I don't know,
I
just...
mean, forgive me. Who are you to me anyway?
You're right. I'm nobody.
Sharing one's art, that comes with trust. It's a gift. I never show my art on the first date.
Oh, is this a date? I thought this wasn't a date.
So, what can I do? Give me something to do.
Here, make a dressing.
How do you want me to do that?
Mince a shallot.
What's a shallot?
So I actually remember you from the wedding.
What do you remember?
You dancing, right toward the end, when you were by yourself.
Oh God, I can't believe you saw me.
Oh, sure I saw you. I was watching you. You looked beautiful. I mean, you're dancing. It was quite a sight.
That was such a fun wedding.
Was it? I don't even remember. Is that my wine?
Oh, come on. You know it was. You guys really know how to throw a party.
They know all this stuff. They're perfect.
I really don't. I have very little recollection. I was in an altered state most of the time.
Honey, you were a wreck. Because she made me gather everyone together for the ceremony 10 minutes early. Do you remember that? She was in a panic.
It's true, I was.
I remember.
She said to me, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. I want to do it now.
It's true.
So, what do? Dutiful husband that I am. I gather everyone together. I tell them, she wants to do it now. Karen wants to do it now. I had to pull people away from the hors d'oeuvres. My life depended on it.
I don't think I got to try a single hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
So, does it feel different being married?
What do you think?
I think it does.
It feels calmer than before. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. It's true. The social pressure that comes with being single is gone.
Yeah, even when we were living together, we felt it. But now that we're married...
What was once nebulous and non-committal is now right out there and sharp focus. We're married. We're a married couple.
It's strangely comforting. You know, there's no way out now. You've gone and done it. You might as well just relax and enjoy it.
It's like, okay, now you can just get on with your life.
Exactly.
Oh, that sounds so wonderful. When you're single, you expend so much energy.
I know.
You're always looking, always feeling scrutinized. It's exhausting.
I wouldn't mind getting married one of these days. Settling down, having kids, the whole bit.
So do it.
The single stuff is getting awfully tired.
Oh, I know. I never thought I'd be in this predicament. I thought I'd be married with 2 kids by now.
You're hardly in a predicament.
I mean, I look at you guys and I think, you know, why not? What am I so scared of anyway?
I don't know. What are you?
Oh, shit.
What?
Nothing.
What happened?
She cut herself. That's all.
She okay?
It's nothing, really.
Beth.
Put her under the water.
It's nothing, God.
You guys got any band-aids?
Just leave it.
Look under there. Here, put pressure on
Would
it.
everybody please? I'm all right, really. It's just a stupid cut.
Are you sure? Let me see.
It's really not that bad.
Just sharpen those knives. I should have warned you.
It's all right. It's not your fault. Forget about it. I'm fine.
All right. Where's the patient?
Over here, doctor.
All right. This is going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me.
Thank you.
Look at that sky.
Ooh.
Come on, let's go see.
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be.
I feel like such an idiot.
Why?
I was just trying to be a good little house guest, and it's like I end up in the emergency room.
Don't worry about it. Gabe and Karen's job is to make sure the rest of the world feels incompetent. It's their job.
You want to go out there?
Yeah, sure. I'll freshen that up for you.
Thanks. Oh, wow.
It's such a beautiful night. We've got to eat outside. You've got to see that sky.
I will. What's for dinner?
Bluefish, corn, salad. Nothing special.
Sounds good.
What?
You've gotten sun.
Oh, I know.
Looks nice.
Thanks. My hair always lightens in the summer. What are you doing? Do me a favor, grab the wine on your way out. Oh, citronella.
Got him. So, what do you think of Beth?
She's nice. She's intense. More importantly, what does she think of me?
I don't know. I think she likes you.
Oh, yeah? Then I like her.
Oh, you are so deep.
Tom, get out here. You're going to miss the sunset.
Go. Destiny calls. Oh, wow.
Isn't that incredible?
It is. It really is.
When you promise your little girl you're going to call at 8 o'clock, and 8 o'clock comes and goes,
No.
and 9 and 10,
That's terrible.
she's devastated, sobbing, and I'm the one who has to do damage control.
Poor kid.
He's out somewhere cavorting with his girlfriend, and Lori's leaving all of these heartbreaking little messages on his voicemail. Daddy, where are you?
Oh, God.
He just doesn't get
Did he
it.
finally call?
Yeah, at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Tell Lori I'm really sorry.
What a schmuck.
If you want to tell your daughter you're sorry, call her when she's awake and tell her yourself.
It's unbelievable. Was he always like this, or is this just what happens to people when they break up? They get stupid, or what?
I know.
I'm telling you, this whole thing with you and Tom, it's like men get by for years without really talking to you, and then one day when they finally do, it's to tell you that they're leaving. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
I know.
You look wonderful. You really do.
Thank you.
We were worried about you.
Really?
You disappeared on us.
I didn't mean to.
I'd leave messages and you wouldn't call back right away.
I know, I'm sorry. I needed some time to myself, you know.
Mm-hmm. You're not mad at me or anything, are you?
Mad at you? Why would I be mad at you?
I don't know. When this thing first happened, we talked all the time.
I know.
You dropped by all the time, and then after a while...
I thought you were getting sick of me.
No.
I was getting sick of me.
Are you sure I didn't offend you in some way?
Karen, why would you have offended me?
You don't think, on some level, you blame me for this whole thing?
Oh God, that's ridiculous.
It was my idea to introduce you.
Oh, so what? We're grown-ups. We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, but I set the whole thing in motion. All the rancor and rage, all the pain the kids are going through.
It was out of your control. That we came together was as much out of your control as our falling apart. You can't control everything, Karen, even though you like to think you can.
So, I guess you immersed yourself in your work all this time, which was probably the healthiest thing you could have done.
Well, actually, no. I haven't been to my studio in weeks.
Oh, how come?
The pressure to paint has totally lifted.
Oh, that'll pass.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I don't want to paint anymore.
Why?
Right after Tom left, this unburdening took place. I looked at what I've been doing with my life, and it seems so insignificant to me.
No, not at
Yes, I realized Tom was right. I was using painting as an excuse not to get on with my life.
How can you say that after all these years and all that hard work?
Let's face it, I was never very good.
Nope, that's not true. You're very good.
Karen, you don't have to say that anymore.
I like your stuff.
It's okay. I'm over it. It's not important anymore.
So, what have you been doing with yourself all winter?
Well, therapy twice a week,
Good.
and I'm seeing someone.
Why, you little devil, isn't that great?
It is. He's a wonderful man.
What's his name?
David.
Hon, how do you meet him?
Actually, I met him years ago, like 10 years ago or something.
Oh, yeah?
He and Tom used to work together.
Oh, another lawyer.
Yeah, right.
Can't have everything.
Anyway, he just happened to call for Tom, and I filled him in what was going on, and he was very compassionate about it, and it turned out his marriage was falling apart too, so we met for a drink, and, you know, it turned out we had a lot in common, and I've been seeing him ever since.
Well, it certainly seems to agree with you.
No, it's been...
I think it's great you're getting your feet wet. Hell with Tom.
Well, actually, it's a bit more serious than wet feet. I'm sorry, isn't this silly? This is like high school. I'm blushing. It's been so exciting stealing away when we can. And
How long has this been going on?
a few months. We're having such a good time.
Few months?
He's teaching me how to rollerblade.
Oh, God.
I'm getting pretty good at it too. We play hooky some afternoons, and he takes me out to, you know, Lower Canal.
Do you wear knee pads and a helmet and everything?
Yes.
You could really hurt yourself on those things.
It's fun. You should try it. We'll give you and Gabe a lesson.
Yeah, I can just see Gabe. I mean,
He's so full of life. David, he's so open and optimistic. He's a playmate. That's what he is. A wonderful playmate.
boy, that was fast.
What?
Tom is barely out the door.
Oh, Karen.
You don't want to be alone for a while? You haven't been alone in a dozen years.
I've always been alone, don't you see? I spent my marriage alone.
But to get involved with someone right away...
I'm in love with him.
How could you be in love with him?
I am.
You only just started seeing him.
I knew him years ago, I said.
Through Tom.
Right. We went out socially a few times as
Yeah,
couples.
but that's different.
I mean, it's not like he's a stranger. The preliminaries are out of the way. There's history. There's already a kind of shorthand.
I can understand it being exciting. I can understand that, but...
Why is that so hard to believe? I fell in love with Tom that first weekend at the vineyard.
Okay, and look where that got you. I'm sorry. I just think you need to be careful. You're
Karen.
very vulnerable right now.
Oh, please.
I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm gonna marry him. David is not Tom. He's not. They're very different men. There's no hidden agenda with him. What you see is what you get. You know? He talks to me. He tells me what he's thinking. He lets me in. So much of my marriage to Tom was this dark little tango, this adagio dance. I don't want that anymore. I want another shot at it with David. And David wants me.
I wish you well.
Thanks. He's great with the kids. You should see him with them. They're crazy about him, particularly Sammy. He's all over him. Things were so gloomy after Tom left. You have no idea.
I know.
I never thought my kids would laugh again. It was that good.
I'm sure.
I know what I'm doing, Karen. This is the man I was meant to be with. I really believe that. I had to survive Tom so I could end up with David. It was my fate.
That may be, but still, I wish you'd give it more time.
And let this moment pass, no way. I don't... Why do I even bother?
What?
You think I'm crazy.
I never said that.
This is my opportunity for a real marriage, a real partnership, but you don't want me to have that, do you?
What an outrageous thing to say. Of course I do.
I'm finally feeling whole, finally feeling like I'm on the right track for the first time in my life, and what do? You undermine me.
No, I am not undermining you. I'm only thinking of what's best for you.
Oh, I see.
Try being alone for a while. That's what I would do.
What's so great about being alone, huh? What's so great about it?
Indulge myself. Get to know myself better.
You don't understand. You have Gabe. You have this life.
Beth.
You know what I think? I think you love it when I'm a mess.
What?
You do. You love it when I'm all over the place, flailing about. I finally find someone who's like an anchor for me, and you don't want to hear about it.
That is not true.
As long as I'm artsy and incompetent, everything is fine. The minute I show any signs of being on equal footing with you, forget it. You can't deal with it. You have to knock me over.
How can you say that?
Come on. You need me to be a mess. You're invested in it. Every Karen needs a Beth.
That really isn't fair.
I was the mess, the ditz, the comic relief. You got to be Miss Perfect. Everything just right, just the right wine, just the right spice, just the right husband. How was I supposed to compete with that?
Nobody was asking you to compete with anything.
There was no contest. I couldn't possibly reciprocate. The hostess gifts you would give me? I couldn't tell if you were being remedial or just plain hostile.
I had no idea you felt this way.
We can't all be like you, Karen. God knows I've tried. No matter how much I stir, my soup still sticks to the pot.
We loved nothing more than having you in our home and cooking you meals.
We loved it too.
You're my family.
I know.
I spent my first 20 years doing whatever the hell I could to get away from my family, and my second 20 years doing everything I could to cobble together a family of my own. I thought if I could choose my family this time, if I could make my friends my family, then we could...
Congratulations. The family you've chosen is just as fucked up and fallible as the one you were born into. How are the boys? And you and Gabe?
We're good. We're fine.
Gabe!
There you are.
Good to see you. God, I missed you.
Miss you too.
You been here long?
A few minutes.
Sorry about that, this meeting. Ugh.
You want some?
Please. God, it's been weeks.
Months.
Karen still pissed at me?
Yeah, you could say that.
Boy, she really holds a grudge, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, this is sort of a biggie, though. I mean, you gotta admit. So, when'd you get to town?
This morning, Nancy came with me.
Oh, yeah?
She loves New York. Thought we'd hang out, see a couple shows.
Uh-huh. So, are you gonna go up and see the kids?
No, not this weekend. I have them next week. This is her week. I wouldn't want to mess with that, believe me. God forbid there's any change of plan. It's like Nuremberg.
You look great.
Thanks. I feel great. I'm running again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I lost a little weight.
Well, more than a little.
Nancy and I, we get up at 6, run 4 or 5 miles, come back, make love in the shower. Then off to work. That's my new regimen. And let me tell you, it's totally changed my perspective on the day.
Must be all those invigorating showers.
The things she's got me doing, Gabe.
Lucky you.
Yeah, Nancy has more imagination, more daring, more wisdom. She is so at home in her own body. See, I've never known what that was like. A lover teaches you that. You learn it together. Beth and I, we never had that. She was never really comfortable in her own body, so how could I expect her to be comfortable with mine? Nancy and I will be just strolling along, and she'll put a hand on my ass or something, just like that, you know? Without even thinking about it. With Beth, sex was always up to me. It was never about wanting me. It was never about desire. It was all about obligation. Then once the kids came, I mean, you know what that's like.
Uh-huh.
Sex became just one more thing on my list of things to do. You know? Nancy and I, totally in sync. She just has to stroke my fingers a certain way, or give me a look and I'll get hard, or laugh a certain way.
Do you two ever talk?
Oh yeah, are you kidding? We talk all the time. You remember what that's like when a relationship is new? All that talk, all that sex, all that laughter. Nancy really hears me. She hears me.
Uh-huh.
She saved my life, Gabe. She really did. I mean, she breathed life back into me.
Good. That's great. I'm glad. What?
What are you thinking?
What do you mean?
Come on. I know you. I know that look.
I'm just listening. You don't want me to say anything, right? No, isn't that what you told me?
I said that to you when I was still very raw.
Oh, and you're not so raw anymore. Well then, what are the rules then? You gotta fill me in here, pal. I gotta know the rules so I do not step over bounds.
Gabe.
Okay, you wanna know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking... I hear you talking, Tom. I hear the words coming out. And you sound like a fucking Mooney to me, Tom. You really do.
I'm trying to tell you I was dying. You don't understand that, do you? I was losing the will to live. Isn't that dying? The life I was leading had no relationship to who I was or what I wanted. It was deadening. The constant logistics of you pick up Sam and take him to lollipop tennis and I'll pick up Lori and take her to hockey practice. This is what we talk about. No, really. This would pass as conversation in our house. The dog finished me off. Oh man, that dog. Sarge. It wasn't enough that we had 2 cats and a fish and a guinea pig. No, Beth felt that the kids needed to have a dog because she had a dog. You know, I'd spent my whole entire adult life cleaning up one form of shit or another, and now I was onto dog shit. I should have gone into waste management. How do you keep love alive when you're shoveling shit all day long?
We've all made sacrifices for our kids. It's a price you pay when you're having a family.
Yeah, but you have to really want that.
What do you mean?
You and Karen. You really wanted it. That's what I realized. I never really did.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what I was thinking. It was completely against my nature.
What was?
Settling down, having kids. It was just one more thing I did because it was expected of me, not because I wanted to or because I had any real passion for it. Like law. It was a foregone conclusion by the age of 10 that I'd grow up to be a lawyer like my father. I always felt, I don't know, inauthentic living this life.
What? You're a party boy trapped in the body of a family man? Tommy, I could swear I actually saw you enjoying yourself on a number of occasions in the past decade or so.
Well, sure, but honestly, most of the time I was just being a good sport.
A good sport?
You know what I mean.
No, wait a minute. You were faking it? You mean to tell me after all those years... After all those years, Tom, the 4 of us raising our kids together, the dinners, the vacations, and you were just being a good sport?
No.
Then what, Tom? I don't get it. I was there. As well as you. This misery you described, gee, Thought we were all just living our lives, you know? Sharing our humdrum little experiences. I thought you were there. Wholeheartedly there. And now you're saying to me you had one eye on the clock and one foot out the door?
You've got to stop taking this so personally.
Well, how would you take it? You said you were wasting your life. That's what you said.
I don't mean you and Karen. I don't mean you. I'd never mean you. You're my best friend. I've got to be able to say this stuff to you. I'm talking about my marriage.
It's not as simple as that, Tom. We were there. Karen, Danny, Isaac, and I, we were all there. We're all part of this horrible life that you had to get the hell away from. Isaac is totally freaked out by this, by the way. So when you repudiate your entire adult life,
That's not what I've done.
Well, that's essentially what you've done. And I can understand why you might find it necessary to do that. It must be strangely exhilarating, blowing everything to bits.
Gabe.
No, I mean it. You build something that's precarious, even in the best of circumstances, and you succeed, or at least you make it look like you succeeded. Your friends think you succeeded. You had us fooled. And then, one day, you blow it up. It's like I watch Danny and Isaac sometimes dump all of their toys on the floor. Legos, blocks, trains, and they build these elaborate cities. And they'll spend hours at it. They'll plan, they'll collaborate, they'll squabble, they'll negotiate, but they'll do it. And then, what do? They wreck it. No pause to relieve in what they've accomplished, no sigh of satisfaction. They just launch into full throttle attack. Bombs bursting, tearing down the whole damn thing apart.
I just want you to be my friend. That's all. Yeah, I want you to be happy for me.
Happy for you.
Happy I turned my life around.
Sure, Tom. I'm happy for you.
You know, you can be so fucking smug sometimes.
What?
You're not immune to this. All this, you know? Even you and Karen, you...
What?
Never mind.
What?
Come on, Gabe, I've heard you complain.
Yeah, sure, we all complain. That's what married friends do. We joke about we joke about sex, we bellyache about our wives and kids. That doesn't mean we're about to go and leave them. Marriages all go through this kind of baseline wretchedness from time to time. But we do what we can to ride out those patches.
Like my parents did? Like your parents? They rode it out for 50 years. Is that what you expect me to do? Is it? And what kind of example would that be setting for my kids? That we're all powerless to change our lives. You make one mistake, too bad. You just have to live with it.
I don't know.
Don't you ever just want to chuck it all and start all over again? Don't you, Gabe? Come on, admit it. Yeah, sure, of course I do. Okay.
But the feeling passes. The key to civilization, I think, is to fight the impulse to chuck it all. I mean, where would we be if everyone's ideas were just running rampant?
Look, all I'm saying is, don't do what I did. Don't shut your eyes. I was so steeped in denial and resignation, I know the signs. Okay? Believe me.
Why are you doing this?
I'm your friend. I'd hate to see you wake up at 50 and...
No, you don't get it. I cling to Karen. I cling to her. Imagining a life without her doesn't excite me, it just makes me anxious.
Okay.
It all goes by so fast, Tom. I know. First the hair goes, and the waist, and the stamina, and the capacity to stay up late to read or watch a movie, never mind sex. We spend our youth unconscious, feeling immortal, and then we marry, have kids, and we are awakened with a shock to morality. Theirs, ours, that's all we see. We worry about their safety, our own, airbags, plane crashes, pederast. And then we spend our middle years wanting back the dreamy, carefree part, the part that we fucked and pissed away. Now we want it back. Because now we know how fleeting it all is. Now we know. It just doesn't seem fair that so much is gone. And really, there's just so little left. So, some of us try to regain unconsciousness. Some of us blow up our homes, and others of us take a piano. I'm taking piano now.
Hey,
We had a vow, you know. Not a marriage, but something like it, you know.
yeah?
We're supposed to get old and fat together, the four of us. Watch each other's kids grow up and cry at their weddings.
It's not like I'm dead, you know.
I guess I mean, I thought we were in this together. You know? For life.
Isn't that just another way of saying misery loves company? I'm kidding. Hey, I'll still be there. But it won't be with Beth. How is she?
Fine, I think. We actually haven't been seeing that much of her lately. Karen and her were supposed to get lunch today.
You meet David yet?
David?
You know, the guy she's seeing.
Oh yeah. We were just speaking.
He's actually a really nice guy. I don't hold anything against him. I mean, you gotta hand it to him. Hanging in there all those years, finally getting what he wanted.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, he really felt for Beth, you know? He was really in love with her. I'm sure she's told you all about this.
Uh-huh.
That's what's so weird about this. We could have broken up back then, back when they had their thing, but we stuck it out. 10 years and 2 kids later, they're back together. Oh, I better go. I told Nancy that I'd meet her at Saks. She loves taking me shopping. She hates my ties. She bought me this one for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Listen, I'll call you. Hey, how about next weekend? I'm seeing the kids next weekend. What if I...
Actually, we're gonna be away next weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, my sister's in New Hampshire. Said we'd, go see her.
well, next time then.
Sure.
Can't wait for you to meet Nancy. I'm telling you, you're gonna love her. She knows a lot about food.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she wants to be a nutritionist.
Huh, really? Thought she was a travel agent.
She is. I mean, she doesn't want to do that forever. She wants to go back to school, get her degree, you know.
Uh-huh.
We'll all go out to dinner, the 4 of us. How's that?
No. This is on me.
You sure? Thanks. I'll get the next one.
Yeah, that's right. Next one.
When's your train? I'll walk out with you.
Actually, I'm not going home. I'm flying up to the vineyard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my flight's not till 7. Karen and the boys are driving up right now.
Oh,
We're opening up the house this weekend.
can't believe it's already summer.
Almost.
I'm jealous. I wish I were going with you.
Yeah, well... Goodbye, Tom.
I'll call you. Hey, say hi to Karen if you think that she'd like to hear from me. And send my love to the kids. Tell Isaac everything's gonna be okay.
Bye.
Are you sure that's what he meant?
And they had their thing 10 years ago. What else could that mean?
Sure he wasn't just trying to discredit her?
No. There wasn't anything malicious about it. He told me as if we already knew. That Beth had told us herself.
10 years ago?
That's what he said.
That wasn't very long after they got married.
I know.
He saw them practically every weekend in those days. What time would she have had to have an affair?
I don't know. During the week?
That was such a happy time for all of us. There was something strange going on, was there? Do you remember any funniness?
No. But what do I know?
I thought it seemed a little too convenient. Her white knight surfacing all of a sudden. Why didn't she ever tell me? Who would she have confided in if not me?
I mean, people don't usually go around discussing their affairs, do they? Otherwise they wouldn't be affairs.
She could have told me this afternoon.
How could she? She spent all these months portraying herself as a wrong woman. She dropped a bombshell like that, her credibility would have been shot to hell.
What does this say about our friendship? What were all those years about? What did you say when he let it slip?
Nothing.
Nothing? God, Gabe, there you go playing dumb again.
Why? What would you have said?
I would have said, wait a minute, back up, what thing 10 years ago?
You know what it was? I just didn't have it in me.
What do you mean?
I mean, I sat there today, listening to him go on and on about all this great sex and how wonderful everything is, and I don't know, I just began to feel so sad.
Oh, really, sweetie?
I felt so detached from him.
Oh, really?
I could see him receding from view, getting smaller and smaller, and then I realized I don't love him anymore.
Oh, honey.
I don't. Too much was said. I said too much. I learned too much.
It's kind of how I felt today with Beth.
Yeah.
Like a whole chunk of our history's been erased and there's no present tense. She's so resentful of me and I had no idea. I don't know how we could ever get back to where we were. I mean, am I judgmental? Am I intolerant?
Am I supposed to answer that?
So how you leave it with Tom?
The obligator. We've got to get together. He wants us to meet, what's her name? Nancy.
Oh, God, I couldn't handle it.
Don't worry, it's never gonna happen.
You really don't think so?
Remind me in the morning. Promise to boy steamers for dinner. He looks good.
So does she. She's looking pretty again.
Must be all that incredible sex.
Apparently. I had a dream the other night.
Yeah?
We were here making love, and it was so simple and effortless. The way it used to be.
Still is.
Sometimes.
What was that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Gabe, you're missing my point.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, please. I want to hear about your dream.
Remember how we just find ourselves in each other's arms all the time, every time? We needed no bridges. That's all I'm saying. It was like that in the dream. We were here in the dark and it was delicious. And then I realized, I sensed in the dream that we weren't alone.
What do you mean?
There were other people in bed with us.
Oh no, our parents?
No, not our parents. It was another couple, though, and they were sitting up in bed alongside us, watching us, like analyzing us, whispering in this ongoing commentary, bickering with one another.
Oh, that's easy, Tom and Beth.
No, not Tom and Beth.
No?
They were us.
What?
Both couples were us. Two versions of us, young and middle-aged, in the same bed at the same time.
Huh.
Is that all you have to say?
Well,
Any thoughts? Anything?
I really don't know what more to say. No,
Fine.
no. I mean, it's interesting. It is. The two versions of us coexisting. It is. It's interesting.
Mind.
Karen,
Good night.
honey, come on.
How come the minute the conversation turns to us, you're struck mute? Huh, Gabe?
I don't know.
Why is that? We can sit here and go on and on about everyone we know and all the problems of the world, and then the minute for a guy who's pretty damn articulate about a number of things, do you ever wonder why that is, Gabe? Do you ever wonder about it?
Yeah, sometimes.
And? I tell you, I confide in you this dream I had, this revealing dream I had about us, and you have nothing to say.
Well, yeah, sure, of course I have something to say.
What? Speak.
It obviously... I think it's what happens to couples.
What?
I think it's the inevitable. Evolution.
Inevitable?
Yes. I think it is.
And what is it?
What?
The evolution. Define it.
You want me to...
Yes, talk to me, Gabe. God damn it, you've got to talk to me.
Okay. I think it's what happens when particular matters outweigh abandon.
Abandon.
Uh-huh.
Is that it? Do they have to?
I think so.
Why?
Having kids, having to pay a mortgage, making the deadline, marinating the snappers.
Don't you ever miss me, Gabe?
What?
Don't you ever miss me?
Oh, God, honey. Yes, of course I miss you. I miss you a lot.
How do we not get lost?
Uh-oh.
What?
You know what time it is? It's that time again.
Oh, no.
Yep, I'm afraid so.
Not tonight, Gabe, really. I am not...
It's time for me to scare you.
Gabe, please don't scare me.
Sorry, kid. That's the way that it has to
Please,
be.
please don't.
It can happen any time now.
Please, Gabe.
Any second.
No.
Sorry, kid.
No, please.
A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.